There are. As we know, when we travel, we see sandy beaches all over the place, but these beaches are made up of different materials. That's right. So whatever's indigenous to that area or location is usually what makes up those sand beaches. Some of it's rocks tumbling downstream. Some of it's coral reefs being washed up on shore. Some of it is actually basalt lava that gets broken down with water and erosion. We need to know where that sand was derived from in the original making of the glass. Glass is made from sand, soda ash, and limestone. And these three products brought to a temperature of about 1500 degrees is what makes glass. We start to add minerals to this kettle of glass to get it to turn different colors. But if I try to introduce a foreign sand or a foreign material, it'll cause a reaction or a resistance. This is due to coefficient of expansion and contraction, things moving at a different rate. And if they don't move at the same rate, it'll cause compression and tension, causing the piece to break. If we are able to add some minerals, not so much sand, soda ash, and limestone, but some minerals like silver, copper, cadmium, lead, zinc, selenium, sulfur, all of these products will help us get a reaction or shift the color in the glass too. Working with the product every single day, you get to learn a lot of those reactive qualities with the minerals and introducing different minerals to it. The sand, soda ash, and limestone, I don't mess with that. I let the really smart guys in Portland, Oregon do that for me. A facility called Bullseye Glass. They are the ones who actually manufacture the raw sheet form. So they take the material, the sand, and they take it to their facility in Portland, Oregon. And from there, they have their really smart scientists and chemists add those different minerals to it to give us a wide plethora of sheets of color, about 400 colors of sheets. Let's do fusing first. Fusing is the bonding of layers of material together, and these could be numerous different things, but I'm fusing glass. I use a kiln to melt my glass, so kind of like an oven. I can take layers of glass, like here's an example right here. So I started with a red square. On top of that red square, I have placed other pieces of glass. These are what we call stringer. These are just mosaic shapes, and these are called frit. Frit. F-A-R-F-R-I-T, frit.
Okay.
Yeah, these little dots that you see around here, I got a couple of them hiding around like so.
Okay.
When these pieces of glass are placed into a kiln flat like so, they're gonna touch a temperature of 1,480 degrees. This is going to allow all of those bumpy pieces to collapse down into one solid piece of glass, making something that doesn't look like this because the color has changed, but all of those pieces now are bonded and semi-smooth like that. So that is the fusing process that happens at 1,480 degrees. The process starts at about 1,350, but I'm using 1,480 for this. Then, in order for me to slump that dish or shape it, I need to have a form or a mold. And this form is made up of bisque. It has a layer of boron nitrate material on top of it to prevent the glass from sticking in it. We first melt the glass up to fuse it together one time. Then we lay the form into the kiln. We lay that flat piece of glass over the form again, so now we've got a contraption that looks like this. Then I will heat it up to 1,350 degrees, and with gravity and viscosity, this piece is going to sink down. So this is unslumped, this is slumped, so you can see the difference between the two. This is a kiln. This is like an oven. So this is where I melt my glass. I melt my glass similar to like a baker making his cookies. I'm gonna open the lid here. We're gonna see what we made last night. We got a couple students' pieces in there. So these pieces have just been fused, just melted flat. They haven't been shaped yet. Got a couple students' pieces over there, and then a whole bunch of the stuff that I make for the shop.
I still feel heat in there.
It is raging, yeah. This kiln right now, we're still at about 210 degrees. I started it last night at about 7 p.m. and now it is about 10:45 and it's still about 200 degrees. So maybe about 3 or 4 o'clock today, I'll be able to open this up, start taking the projects out, and then ready for the slumping. My kiln shuts off at 1,800 degrees, but that's much hotter than I would ever need it at. The peak temperature that I would use it at is 1,480 degrees. This kiln does not have the ability to fire any glazes on ceramics. Ceramics and glass kilns, two different monsters. I wish that I could show people what I do and get out of my job. If I could give them just a 30-day window and let them see what I do, how I go about my days, what I get out of my social interaction with greeting customers, the response of the sales and the support that I get from the shop. If I could show people that, I think more people would try. They would be, managing their expenses. They would find a way to find something in their life that is truly a joy. I've had different jobs in my life. Some of them have required more responsibility. Some of them had a lot of liability, and some of them were just straight hard work. And this is not one of them. This is one that I truly find I enjoy. I do it every day. I race to work every day. Always excited to be here. It's definitely my safe place. So I'm kind of the boss in my shop, so I feel good, very confident and secure here.